People hate taxes. They don't like what they feel is the government taking a piece of their money that they worked very hard for. And I am sympathetic to that um, belief system. What I've started to pick up on is that there are a lot of businesses and individuals who try to do things under the table to the detriment of their own customers. So, for example, I went to this convention about 2 years ago, close to 2 years ago, and they have the professional pictures you can take with some of the different people that were there, the actors and whatnot, and then they have the option to take photos with them at their booths with your cell phone. And what I thought was so interesting is that for a place where all the actors were demanding that you have the cash right on hand to pay them for these pictures together, there was hardly anywhere to go in terms of being able to find an ATM machine, which made it all the more of an inconvenience for the people who might have wanted to take photos with them. Like, hey, I have to go and run across the street or drive downtown or whatever to go and be able to withdraw the money to take this photo. And like at least with that, right, most of these people were asking for like 30, 40, $50. It's not inconceivable that someone would have that on them. But what I really took issue with is that a lot of these car places that I go to are like that, where you show up, you say, hey, can you guys fix this thing? I'm like, oh, yeah, this will be $300. You're like, okay, here's my card. Oh, cash only. Some of them I've gone to where you literally, when you call them, nothing is said about it being cash only. I only know, to ask that in advance because I've had so many instances where I will drive up somewhere requesting a service and then they're, penny pinching, or rather telling me that they can't take cards or don't take credit or debit cards. And there's another place I go to, a tailor, who is like that as well. But with him, I'm more sympathetic, or at least I'm not as upset by it, because he's in every instance where I've used him, and it's been a couple of times, probably 3, 4, 5 times. Nothing he's ever done for me has totaled up to more than like $20. So with him, because the amount is so small, again, it's conceivable that I would have the money on hand to be able to pay for his service. But then when you look at a lot of this stuff with, vehicle repairs, um, they're always asking, I'd say, upwards of $100, $200, $300. And it's like, what normal person in the United States of America, the country where most of us are living paycheck to paycheck, most of us can't afford $1,000 emergency. Who the hell is walking around with $300, $400, $500 in cash? I asked that as a rhetorical question. I had one person who tried to tell me that they know people that did. But again, the point is that on average, most people probably don't walk around with that, which entails that they'll have to go and, after traveling to one of these businesses, go to a store, not store, an ATM or some other place where they can withdraw the money to then come back up and get the service that they could have had faster were it not for the cash only provision that these places are running with. So like I said, I get where people want to keep the entirety of their the funds they get for their work. I do. But when it comes to a lot of the bigger stuff, right, like these car repairs, and again, anything that totals past like hundreds of dollars, it starts getting really ridiculous. Like at some point, with everything we do, whether we're buying something or, I mean, hell, even YouTube is like this too. At a certain point, you're gonna have to give them something. It's a really just obnoxious thing when you run into it. And it actually has played a role in me not going to a lot of places. Like I had a recent issue with my car that entailed me going to the same people that I've been going to for probably the last year or so. And the reason I like going to them is that, one, they don't charge me the crazy amounts of money that my dealer does, and also that they don't do the cash only thing. So I know when I go up there and they say, hey, this is 200, this is 300, I don't have to worry about traveling to the bank to get the amount for them. And that is something that is more, because of that added convenience, I'm more likely to keep going, and I have continued to go to them repeatedly over the past year and a half than I am to try out new places where that issue might take place.